Alrighty. Welcome back to another episode of The 12, our epic campaign of discovery and adventure across the continent of Corvair. This story streams live Sundays at 6 p.m. Central here on Javelin Entertainment, and if you missed the last session, you can check it out on the channel page or by clicking the link down in the description. My camera still seems to be broken, so we're rocking with the old beardless comic again tonight. Apologies, but hopefully we'll be back next time. But until then...
Last time, deep beneath the city in the delightfully unsettling Sanguine Sanctum, Boko's dramatic metaphysical vacation came to an abrupt end as he fell bodily into the pool of blood. Hrolfrolio, in Rennything you can do, I can do louder, proving once again that friendship means never letting anyone drown in ritual bodily fluids, hauled him out and sent him upright. Ever the academic opportunist, our baby bloodbender promptly peered into the truth within Boko's blood and discovered the history of a surgeon and a familiar gear removed from within. Suspicious? Absolutely. Concerning? Deeply. One of the seekers then informed Boko that the mark of death on his hand did not make him a pawn, but a wielder, that he could shape its power himself. Meanwhile, Lunaven showed Roland the final step of the rites which prepared the bodies to withstand the necromantic power of undeath. The group returned towards the hospice, expecting to recover their mild exhaustion, but instead found nurses racing, faces drawn, for while Boko battled shadows below, another battle had ended above. Boko's other half, the young siren boy, once known as Alexander, had succumbed to the clean rot. Yet Boko saw the boy's passing was peaceful. He knew Alexander was with their mother now, and a solemn moment passed. That eve, Jasira requested privacy and boldly attempted to contact the dreaded Gilded Man. Unfortunately, her call was rerouted. Instead of the expected brooding dark entity, she was answered by the salacious succubus Anne, and what followed was what experts call a deal with fine print. Jasira demanded answers about Galreth, her fiery dreams and Thrain, declaring she was prepared for whatever the cost, and accepted that offer with enthusiasm and charged a mysterious price, the details of which slipped away like perfume and smoke. In her rest, Jasira found herself in a scandalous infernal ballroom featuring both Drago and Anne. The music was hot, the company hotter, the content decidedly not for broadcast before 9 o'clock. She awoke in a scorched and blackened room, clues lingering like smoke along with a new name for her dragon of her dreams, Mondalerex, the Angel of Fire. Try fitting that on a calling card. Morning came early. After brief funeral rites for Alexander, the party marched towards the grand commencement of the Lord's Festival. The open Lord delivered a rousing challenge to all gathered adventurers and declared the games begun. The first trial seemed to be performed in alliances. The Iron Horizon found themselves paired with the delightfully chaotic newcomers known as Odds and Farces, and most impressively the famed strike team of the Clifftop Adventurers Guild, led by the incomparable Ezra Elazar. Yes, that Ezra Elazar, slayer of the Storm Tyrant, breaker of the Siege of Vedekar, three-time champion of the Sky Bridge Gauntlet, knighted twice, decorated thrice, and rumored to have once negotiated peace between a Manticore and a tax assessor. Tall, radiant, armor polished to a heroic gleam. If heroism was bottled and sold, it would have his face on the label. But before departing behind Ezra's shadow, Boko casually peeked at the facilitator's clipboard because subtlety is still alive and well, and the united party set off towards the plains. Their mission, a banshee wailing from within a nearby barrow, and so our heroes walked out, armed with ambition, alliances, and unresolved trauma. What deal did Jasira exact? What truly awaits in the barrow? And how will our hunkified hero Ezra emerge victorious? Let's tune in and find out.
So, the group of you, sans for our small little halfling Clyde, have made your way out across the plains to the east of the city, and are nearing towards where this barrow had been indicated on the map from the facilitator. You all had been traveling with these two different groups, and had kind of talked over some potential plans. Ezra and the Clifftop Adventurers Guild had outlined the possibility of using their scryer to divine where these three items known as anchors were for the Banshee within, but they would need protection as this scryer was working. Some group to to successfully hunt down and rescue the civilians, or the copperheads posing as civilians, and then they offered to lead the charge in acquiring these anchors and facing down the Banshee. This brings us back to this moment on the plains as you all near. What would you like to do?
Just a quick reminder to everybody, we're going to be graded on perception, leadership, coordination, resolve, and most importantly, restraint.
Swagger.
Yeah, restraint. Right.
So,
Swagger is what you meant.
rigged? Should the opportunity present itself, exercise restraint, everybody.
Yes, our strongest tactic, restraint.
Who are we restraining?
Boko is staring
we've
directly at
exercised-
Roland when he says this.
We've exercised great restraint in the past. Like, we always try to solve things amicably and peacefully and with a recon mission first. It just, you know...
Clyde's the one who's good at restraining people, right?
Sometimes the Zents bust in the middle of your interrogation and you have to burn down a warehouse.
You know, the way you explained,
You're right.
the way you've explained that really did not help your case in the slightest.
I'm convinced that just like this ever ongoing joke that we have with Roland is familiar with the concept, not necessarily the execution of restraint.
Hey, he's done it once.
No, I mean, hey, whatever works on that.
Oh, was that one more time than the Schalt?
Probably.
The Shaw who we met at the very beginning of the game, charging a Nautiloid by himself.
For what it's worth, with the current
More testing.
with the current build, I could probably survive for way longer. I'm just saying, iteration.
Iteration.
So we're not going to grade it on cruelty or precision or anything, but
Oh, good.
our
'cause,
ingenuity.
You know, I wasn't gonna pass
Oh.
any of those tests.
We've got plenty of ingenuity. We can make this work.
I would like to charge the dragon.
No, you want to charge the Banshee.
So can we do a
cure the Banshee?
can we do a really quick review
Can
on
we-
what we know about the Banshee and what the plans were,
Yeah,
or at least how Ezra stated?
So Ezra had stated that they have a diviner or someone capable of scrying, and they offered that this scryer could essentially help to determine where these things were within, and help communicate between the groups. But one group, and they suggested this be the arts and farcists, would need to stay back and protect that individual since they would be essentially incapacitated. And then that group would also protect any civilians that were brought back out. Then the two remaining groups, you and the Clifftop Adventurers Guild, would go in with two separate missions. One of you, and he suggested the Iron Horizon, would go and rescue the captives, and the others, the Clifftop Adventurers Guild, would go and hunt down these various items and face off against the Banshee.
The anchors, right? That's what he
Yes.
called them.
Yes, he called them 3 anchors, and Roland at least had some knowledge behind what these were. One is often referred to as a name, but it's really any kind of item that defines what the Banshee was before they entered undeath. The vow is some sort of item that epitomizes why they became undead, and the vessel represents what they left behind. 2 out of 3 are needed to banish it. 3 out of 3 are needed to kind of bind it to the physical world to defeat the body and try to release the soul. But this is significantly more dangerous and difficult.
And we're leaving that to the NPCs.
No, that's ours, right? Because
Yeah, we're getting the items.
We're
We're
They're-
the captives.
getting the civilians out. They're
Oh,
taking
right.
the Banshee.
That's right.
That was at least the
If we
suggestion.
wanna go with their plan.
Yes.
Well, it does sadden me that that's the case.
And
I think we
actually,
should
You don't want to
try-
protect civilians.
just for some additional context in the RP, we'll say that you guys are close enough now to kind of see the Barrow and be outside of it. And Ezra, actually goes ahead and sits down, and you see as he motions over to the ranger, Jordan Blake, who kind of hands over a rolled scroll, and he kind of sets down and opens it up on the front end of this hovering disc that the elf kind of sits upon. And you all see that there is a what looks to be a pretty detailed depiction of this space.
He has a map of the Barrow?
He seems to have a map of the Barrow, and kind of begins to outline, all right, well, what we're going to do here, if you all like the plan, we have, and he looks around, reaches into his pocket. For the civilians, we've got these sovereigns, and begins to place down some of these silver pieces. More than likely, we've got a number of civilians that will be scattered around. We don't know where they are. They could be anywhere within the chamber. But it looks like, and he looks down at the chart that they have, that we seem to have somewhere between 4 and 10 civilians that are scattered across. So let's say we have at least 4 here. One of us, let's see, and he goes down and picks up a stick. Let's see, this will represent the arts and forces. Again, recommending that you all stay and guard these civilians as they're brought out. And then he reaches down and he grabs a rock and pulls it onto the map. For the Iron Horizon, you all can move through, making sure that you gather up these civilians wherever they lie.
As he says this, can I make a sleight of hand check and gather up his civilians without him noticing?
Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand, because he's gonna reach in once again, and this time he pulls out what looks to be a small sigil, like a little pen for the Clifftop Adventurers Guild, and this will represent us. We'll go through and we'll take care of finding all of the anchors and be able to take down the Banshee. And that way we work as a team, show our leadership and coordination, and all make it out of here alive. How does that sound? Wait, where did the silver go? Oh, well, never mind.
Oh, I gathered up the civilians for you, and I'll hand them to him.
Right. So, how does that sound for a
Slight
plan?
question. Why is it, and I know this is a semantics question, why did we have a stick, a rock, and that really fancy pin of yours as the 3 teams?
Well, if I used 3 pins, we wouldn't be able to tell who was who.
Okay, right, but like, you couldn't have maybe, again, semantics, no big deal.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to ask. Does the Iron Horizon have a pin?
Oh, I suppose that would have been good to think about.
I think we do.
We really need to get our branding actually in place now that I think about it.
I will take off my brawler's ring and place it on the map in place of the rock.
Boko's gonna
Which
pose
is
a
a
question.
golden ring with a fist on it with a little bit of like lightning crackling across the fist.
Boko is gonna look to Ezra and he's going to say, "Now, why is it that we have to stay and guard the civilians? Shouldn't we evacuate them and then return to aid you?"
Well, I suggest that the arts and forces guard the civilians outside the Barrow, and you focus on returning all the civilians. Should you happen to finish in time, we'd be more than happy to acquire your assistance, but at the same time, for strategic value, it may make sense to hold off. You never know who you might be going up against later within the competition, and it may be wise to preserve some of the ways that we maneuver and our own talents, yes?
This is true. However, I am not interested currently in what happens in the future, only our success right now.
Boko. Proprietary technique is a real thing, so I gotta get where they're coming from here.
This is true. However, again, we are being judged on our coordination. Creating a plan where we are able to re-engage and hopefully secure 3 anchors so that we can show demonstrate our restraint in not slaying this creature, but instead freeing their spirit.
I'm going to guess that you don't have much experience in combating banshees. Is this correct?
Boko looks over to him. Banshees, no, but I do have a connection to spirits.
Also, prior experience has never stopped him from doing something stupid.
Well, for your own context, Master Boko, banshees are incredibly dangerous should you try to bind them to the mortal world, and if we have any issues with defeating the creature while it is bound, it will not only be a problem for us, it will be a problem for everyone around. And so while it may advise some of the restraint, it would not be the best leadership, nor would it be the best coordination to release a deadly plague upon potentially innocent farmers not too far away.
Yes, who would want to unleash a deadly plague on a whole city?
And so you again highlight the reason that it would be important for us to return to assist you. If you are planning to only complete part of the mission, perhaps you do need help in securing the third anchor.
Again, should you all finish, you are more than welcome to make a decision to join us. We are just warning you of the danger.
Do we know of any other creatures that reside in these barrows?
Well, that is what we aim to figure out. Naomi, if you would. And the elf begins to kind of lean back and move her arms as she begins her scrying, and kind of takes out a quill and begins to mark it on the map. Ezra kind of picks up the rock and toys it around his fingers and then chucks it off, as you have now been replaced by the ring. And
It looks like she's casting locate creature.
No, it looks like she's almost doing somewhat similar to a scry, but she seems to be using some sort of crystal orb to amplify and control the powers. And so with one hand on the orb and one hand on the map, she begins to mark down or shift over these sovereigns. And Ezra kind of puts a small pile of these silver coins on, and she begins to move them over across the map. Placing 6 of the coins in the 6 chambers around the central area. It seems that
I
they
suppose it
are
makes sense.
scattered across the burial chambers.
The civilians.
Yes.
Can I make an insight check on her? Does she look like she's telling the truth?
Sure, give me an insight check.
Trust no one. Fuck.
Not even yourself.
Everyone.
And could Jasira also do that?
Sure. Boko, as you look at this individual, their eyes kind of crackle with this white radiant light. And they are incredibly passive in their features, absorbed into what they have, into what they're doing. And whether or not they are lying in this moment, you feel as they are completely absorbed in the magic, and you're not able to get a read because they're not acting like a human in any way that you understand. It's more like acting like raw magic. And there's a part of that seems familiar, but you can't connect with it. Jasira, again, you find that this individual, they're like in a seance. They're in another place. And so everything is monotonous and even. There's little to glean as far as what way they are swaying. And so it doesn't help you feel better. And Boko, you really feel kind of on edge even more, that there is quite a bit of power in this individual, and you understand now why they want them to be protected.
And it's the arts and farces that are going to be primarily protecting the scryer.
That was the suggestion.
Okay. Boko looks at the two teams, or his team. He says, if it is true and they are spread across the cavern, should we travel as a group or should we split into even teams?
I suppose
Let's split up and search for clues.
for efficiency's sake, it might be better, but then again, it's going to depend on what we're going to run into down there. So if we're not
If you look,
sure,
If we balance out our abilities, it may not be bad.
We've had 4 people talk at once 3 times in a row. Who's first?
Go ahead, Roland.
If we do split up, I suggest that we send a stealthy group ahead to collect individuals and then a tanky group in the rear to collect them from the stealthy group and escort them back to safety. And we make it more of an assembly line instead of everyone breaking off and looking for someone separately. That way, the stealthy group is able to have the highest chance of not alerting the Banshee and knows where they've already been, so we don't cover ground twice.
I think you are making a good point. However, if you look at the map, there appears to be connection points to the central cavern from each of these strange burial sites. I think it would benefit us to have 2 separate groups, one for each side of the cavern, with the primary goal of rescue rather than combat.
So 4 groups.
No, only 2. However, after we collect these civilians, we can rendezvous in the center, giving each other aid. We also have Jasira's glove that would be able to tell us if something unfortunate happened and one of our groups became...
Are you not presuming the big monster is going to be in the center?
It is very possible. However, if we are meeting there, we will have the best chance.
But we're also going to be holding the civilians. I'm not sure we want to walk them towards the monster.
Hang on.
Would it be reasonable to intuit that the Banshee's in the center cool part of the drawn map?
I mean, you can intuit whatever you would like. This is
assume that the entire place is its lair.
This is a burial
I would
chamber.
think that we have a chance of running into it wherever it is.
Yeah, this is a burial
Anywhere.
chamber, and the center seems to be some sort of like chamber or chapel where they would do burial rites. And so, and actually I'll say at that point, Naomi kind of comes out of her trance for a moment, and she begins to shift a few objects around, and kind of talks, and you're hearing her. She's not trying to be quiet, but she's directing and conversing with Ezra, and she just kind of rallies off. The barrow seems to be filled with a number of restless spirits. The Banshee is indeterminate. Seems to be ever present or floating. Her presence likely adapting based on where we go. Yes, that's to be expected. And what of the anchors? I see some sort of hand-sized talisman, perhaps like a sun. It's nearby a skeleton up in the top left chamber, and she moves a rock over to there. There's also some sort of inscribed sigil. Seems to be a likely place for where some sort of ritual may occurred. It may be where we find our vow. And in the center, we have a large stone tablet. There's some sort of ethereal lights nearby. Seems like a good place where a vessel might be contained. Thank you, Naomi.
Now, are these anchors to be collected or are these anchors to be destroyed?
You see as Ezra kind of prepares to answer and then kind of looks over towards Roland. Well, why don't you fill them in? In the meantime, I'll grab these, and he kind of begins to root through his pouch and pulls out a handful of these small brass earrings, all with a small CAG embossed on them, and kind of places them down. These will allow us all to communicate to each other. It's only over short distances, but should cover the length of the barrow.
Convenient. Does it get stopped by any particular material, like metals, stone, etc.?
Leads. Like most things.
That sounds about right. Right.
It is a magical effect, after all.
We suspect any of these walls are lined with lead?
I certainly hope not. Our research doesn't seem to
As do
indicate
I.
such a thing.
Well, that's good.
This should be cut and dry. Again, 6 civilians shouldn't take terribly long. If you stick to the outer passages, there is less of a chance of you running across the creature. If you run across the creature before we have the anchors, it will be extremely deadly. I cannot express enough how much restraint that will involve.
So do we just, like, run from it? Do we say words at it? Like, does magic affect it? Like, before you're ready, what should we do if it pops up in front of us?
I would suggest avoidance at all costs.
Well, not to be completely rude, but like, yes, duh, but this is presuming that isn't the option. What would you presume round 2 is instead?
Well, precisely like you said. Run.
All right, cool, same page.
Where are we going to enter from?
We will be entering on the left side through a small side entrance. But there is other entrances should you need to make an evacuation through the main doors, though those are likely have more spirits on them. And he kind of moves the 3 items towards the center. Here. Like I said, the arts and forces can stand just outside. The 2 of us will go in and begin to split up. Should you desire to break into smaller groups, you are more than welcome.
Will the Banshee look any different after you find and dispose of the anchors? Like, will there be any sort of a clue that it's now time to de-Banshee the Banshee?
Usually, as you acquire each additional anchor, they tend to grow in agitation, but it is only by completing the ritual that they are bound or banished. And that will be
good. So if
quite
it gets
obvious.
pissed off looking.
Precisely.
So these are
Good
to
stuff.
be collected, not destroyed.
Indeed. There is a destruction component, but it must come in the right order. And he looks over at Roland, as I'm sure you know.
Roland's getting absolutely mocked by this guy.
If the time ever comes to prove that I know and save their ass, I'm just saving up for that moment. If it never becomes a thing,
Remember,
right now.
remember restraint.
Yeah.
Teabagging somebody's dead corpse before it's even cold.
No, he's gonna restrain himself until he needs to show it, and then he
Did you guys not hear the intro? This guy is a good guy to be friends with. He has brokered deals with, like, tax assessors. That's hard to do. Like, I think we want to be friends with this dude.
Yeah, and it'll be a memorable rescue whenever he does not realize that we need to save his ass.
There we go. That is what I'm saving up for. If that never happens, then let him think what he will.
Jasir, do you still have the wrist pocket gloves?
Is that what they were called?
That where we were passing the danger dart back and forth to each other?
Oh, I just didn't realize that's what those were called.
So
Dangerous
they're
card.
the rings of shared hands. So
That sounded more like it. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. If we're going to do this
That's what's being
simultaneously,
spicy
then
today.
each group is going to need someone who can be stealthy, someone who can be strong, and someone who can heal.
I qualify for one of those. So, oh me and coach.
Stealth?
Just you're on a good day.
I'm just
there's a
gonna
little
point
bit
to the
of all of
armor.
them.
No.
Yeah, I'm also in heavy armor, so.
Do you have cure wounds?
I actually think I do have a minor amount of healing, if I remember correctly. Hold on a second.
I am so far out of my depth here. I do no combat things whatsoever, friends.
I do have cure wounds, so I can technically heal.
Wait, I better not be the most powerful healer on our team.
You probably are.
Jasira's still a half healer, and I have all my ki, which means I can do at least 11 heals.
Well, great.
On a good day.
I can pump out 3 healing words if I do nothing else.
There you go.
Also, spared the dying. I am the ultimate combat medic. I have unlimited. You don't die.
Sounds like one of my coworkers.
So, it sounds like
Jasira can also make a loud, clunky person invisible should we need them to be extra quiet.
I've got
Be loud and clunky, but unseen.
But
Heard but not seen.
From the Banshee? Yes.
So it sounds like we have one artificer in each group. The Schalt and I will be separate. And then Roland, you're probably going to have to lead the sneaky group. Or the sneaky
100%. 100%. He is the best qualified. Secondary only to Jasira. Like those two, between those two, could probably make it
I at least have some magic.
I also
think there's something that lasts. I think invisibility lasts for an hour. Is that
I
right?
believe it.
Or until they
I believe so. Yeah, unless you break
I
it.
can at least. What I can assist with things even if I'm otherwise not helpful. Let's see.
And Rhea's
here.
also very sneaky, FYI.
Yeah, I was gonna say, split Rhea and Roland.
Right.
Yep. We have the 2 clanks need to be separate. We have Rhea and I are very sneaky. We can be out on point, which means that Renny and Jasira are the supports.
Wait a minute. Most of my help is with music. This is probably not the place to shine.
Which is why you stay with the clank until there is problems.
Excellent.
Remember, Renny, restraint. Restraint.
Support accordion. Let's go. We're sneaking
So it looks like we've
through.
got 2 groups of 3.
Support accordion.
Yeah. Zoink
Alright,
Scoob.
Since we're coming in from the left, we should probably split either side and go for one group each on the outer. These 2, and try to just really get through this side. Try to get everybody out on this side, and then travel as a group over to the other side.
The whole group can snag the one in front.
Right.
And then go top and bottom. So Boko, you can take bottom.
So plan A, team, we'll go bottom, you go top. We'll try to meet in the middle. And then if we can get a sneaker to peek in here and see if it's safe, we can cut across. Or we can go around.
Oh no.
If it's
dangerous. We're going round.
Yeah,
We're going
I don't trust
around.
the Banshee.
So I also think that we're going to encounter heavy resistance over here because these are the other exits, right? And they said that there's going to be a lot of spirit activity at the exits.
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
and so if we can get the 3 civilians on this side out pretty quick, it might be worth it to try to cut through the middle pretty fast if we don't see anything that's dangerous. But we'll have to adjust on the fly.
Expedited, yes. Very dangerous, also yes. Not sure if I like that plan.
We are coordinating right now. This is what we're being graded on, guys. This is perfect.
Right, but I would like to coordinate away from the center if at all possible until, we would need to go in there.
I too am strongly on team coordinate away from the monster.
Yeah.
So plan A will be
the Banshee is also like omnipresent is what the scryer said, so wherever we make a noise, it's gonna show up.
Here's the thing, if I can get a glimpse at the Banshee, I can cast Locate Creature on it and keep a bead on it where it is to navigate us away from it.
So you're saying you should be the peeker?
I don't know if we're suggesting that, but
I don't think I'm a good enough sneaker to be a peeker, but if we locate,
Love.
yeah, okay.
Love this.
All right. Let's not overanalyze it to death. Let's go.
I agree. Yes.
Okay, so what are the three? Who are the two groups?
Boko,
We're not on the
Rhea,
same team. They've
Boko,
split us
Rhea,
up, Zira,
Renny,
because we're
Roland,
too powerful.
Astira, Thashal.
All right, that works
I
for me.
feel like you just want me in the other group so that I can't stop you from poking things.
Okay,
No.
that's how I heard it.
You said that we need 2 people who are defensive in either group. Unless you'd like to send the Schalt with me, in that case, you can take all of the damage on that side.
Talk with Rhea.
Wants to poke.
Also,
from the
yes, I
bottom.
know you are an expert at taking damage.
Boko goes to open his mouth, but realized Roland's correct, so he doesn't say anything.
Hey, don't. What I would recommend though is probably don't die during this one. It's going to be hard to explain to the judges how you still are around afterwards.
I will do my best.
Ay.
They'll be all right on my watch.
I fully believe that.
But will your watch be all right? He's heavy in all that armor.
I think we should also proceed as if this area is going to be trapped.
I agree.
Also, Boko, would you like one of the rings?
That would be fantastic.
Hands one over.
Then if these, he points to the earring, does not work, we will have a sign to fall back
I'll
on.
back up. Roger.
I take the very fancy monogrammed or trigrammed earring and put it on the other ear from the one that I already have.
Makes sense to me.
Is that a
I'm going
flag?
to do some tests to see if they're the same thing.
Ah. I like the way
Faster
you're
than
thinking here.
ritualistically casting Identify.
That's just 10 minutes, right?
10 plus 1
Yeah,
is the casting of Identify is
We
1.
don't want to bleed time right now. We're trying to get going.
Yeah. And why
if we take longer, then
why
they'll
just
just,
open the
weaken the
book when I can
monster.
gather empirical data and write my own book?
That's true. What's really gonna mess with you is the fact that like one of them is higher quality, so the audio is actually a little louder than the other one. That's really gonna start throwing you off.
And like
Mine's the Chinese knockoff, so it has a
slight-
lag in it.
it's not only like a slight lag, but it's also like that little bitty buzzing that you never noticed before, but now you can't not hear it. And so when you've got both of these on, one, you're getting like that echo of when you have 2 mics and they're just out of sync enough for it to bother you and you like have to shake your head, and then there's just that little bit of buzz that you now can't hear in your left ear.
Fucking rip.
That's messed up.
At that point, you just basically need to like off yourself. It's done.
We pray that's not the that's
About
not
to
the
take
case.
Boko's spot.
All right. Are you ready?
I think so.
Ooh.
Operation
Alright,
Save the
Boko, let's
Civilians
go.
here.
All right, you all ready to proceed into the Barrow?
Do we want to precast anything?
I was gonna say one last question. Does anyone have passed without a trace, or are we just gonna hope that we are feeling quiet today?
Any rangers in chat?
Does anybody have protection from good and evil?
that'd be good too.
Shoot, I don't on this character. Oh,
How long does
I
enhanced
do,
ability
if we
last?
could wait till tomorrow.
I think it's an hour, Joe.
Okay.
I always keep a lot of movement spells prepared in case we need them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah.
we'll be able to get our team moving pretty quick.
Boko, do you want? Let me double check. Enhance ability. Would you like a precast enhance ability on you and make one of your abilities good?
Oh.
Since you're the most likely to be in the front, right?
Probably dexterity.
Yeah,
so that I
have
can
some.
be kind of sneakier.
Yep, you now have advantage on dexterity.
Thank you.
Why are we putting Boko out front?
Bogo's not going in the front. He doesn't. Rennie's still a little confused on it.
It's literally
Boko will be
Rhea,
Boko won't be
Boko,
out
and
front, but
me.
he will be the first hit. is what-
Yeah, like the three of us are a team. Like, I don't fight. Rhea hides. Like it actually does. Like,
Nice.
right? Like.
So, Roland, for our side of the game, I have Expeditious Retreat if you want it.
I have cunning action.
Oh, so it already lets you do it. That's fine. I use it mostly. I'm gonna be honest. I use it mostly for my own mobility, so that's perfectly fine. I'll save it.
Yeah, we have a monk, a rogue, and you with expeditious retreat. We are the speedy boys.
We're fine.
And gal, come on.
All right, let's do it.
The speedy
I
chonks.
think we have mobility covered. We'll demonstrate our restraint by not trying to get in every fight or kill every monster. And we have our coordination already set. Let's run it, guys.
Sammy,
up.
you can also have it. I'm upcasting, so you also now have advantage on dexterity things.
Yay.
Nice.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
Just Sierra sighs when you
I-
say restraint again. He's like,
Put the
"Ugh."
ring away.
Brawler's ring
no fight.
from the map and put it back on my right hand in case I need to punch a
Alright.
motherfucker.
Boko feels strangely at risk of being punched in the face when Jasira looks at him like that.
For what it's worth, all three of the people on this side are more than likely to punch whatever comes at us in the face. So that's why we formed this team together.
I am also just like, I'm
We all-
waiting for us to get in a bar fight and for the skinny ass rogue to stand up and just clock someone with this ring.
So what you
Yeah.
mean is another bar fight? Because we did already have the one with Clyde, and that was fun. We can
had
do
first
better.
bar fight, yes, but what about second bar
Yeah,
fight?
we need second bar fight.
All right, I'm gonna take my jacket off, and then we're gonna run this.
I don't think he
Excellent.
knows about second bar fight, Pip. What about Boxing Day? Tap and Brawl. Afternoon
This is
bout? He knows about
this
those,
is-
doesn't he?
Lord of the Rings if it was told from the perspective of dwarves instead of hobbits.
All right, we've done our precasting.
Precasting
Yeah.
taking your jacket off.
Jesus Christ. Can we roll initiative before this shit gets out of hand?
So true.
Goodness.
Yep. Yep. Roland will head forward since he's trying to be more protective. He's not trying not to be loud, so he's going to be being shield out front. And he'll keep a dagger prepped for now.
As you all begin to move into this space, you hear it's a little bit unnatural even to suddenly hear this monotonous elf's voice enter your ears. All parties entering through the side gate. Spirits deeper within. The first chamber looks empty. And at that point, Mathis kind of looks over this larger human man. That's a little bit unnerving. I can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
And we will move y'all over to the real map.
Oh no, all the work that I just did. Fuck.
It's actually just a mirror.
A real map.
It's fine.
going to get to the wall and stealth before poking around the corner.
Wait, did we change? I don't see anything.
You should.
We are on another map.
It barely changed from what you can see because nothing has happened on this map yet. The other one was for planning in case you guys drew all over the place and moved things. But yeah, you should be able to see actual tokens rather than some of the representations. But the silver pieces and rocks are still on there just for you guys to be able to note where things are supposed to be.
All right.
Roland, there is a copperhead in the chamber to your right. She seems to be along the far southern wall.
I'll go ahead and roll for some stealth after a prayer for guidance. For a total of 28.
Ooh.
I love this level up with the proficiency bonus increase.
Oh yeah.
Boku's gonna beckon Renny and Rhea as the cliff tops get further away from us.
What's up?
Let us proceed stealthily. We'll see if we can get into the chamber without anything noticing us.
That sounds ideal.
I'm gonna check the stairwell and the doorway for any traps.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Oh, that's a 16.
Prayer for guidance.
Ezra,
Can I do likewise for our approach?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna go. Actually, no, I'm gonna save it. It's still a 14.
14's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Ezra, your group is
I know it could be
nearing
better.
the chamber with the talisman. All right, Roland, as you move forward, what goes wrong in your investigation of the space?
Honestly, I don't think he's used to being underground. He's spent his life on the seas and in a city, so like an underground dungeon, he is not used to it at all. He's looking for traps and like going, oh, there's a crack in this stone, and wedging a tool into it, and the stone just peels apart because it's old. and like none of the cues that he normally looks for are there.
And as you kind of move, you're almost stumbling through here, and you're stealthy, but you're constantly having to account for things being out of place from where you expect them. And as you kind of hit these stairs, you don't make noise, but you spend so much effort trying to keep yourself from making noise that you find that you can't focus enough to understand the differences between this underground space and where you're more familiar. On the other side, Rhea, as you're leading your group further to the south, you see this, the mouth of this barrow actually yawns, low and kind of narrow. The stone is worn smooth, and the air within here is cold. It's nearing winter outside, but in here it's still and heavy, and it's touched with this faint scent of old earth and something that is long undisturbed. And your footsteps, they echo too loudly. The passage, it seems uneven, and things are moving along the edge of your vision, and you almost feel this presence, these shadows that linger a heartbeat too long before thinning, this darkness that clings to the ceiling and slips away. This silence here is not empty, but it is actively listening, and it gives you just enough of that heart-racing, shadowy horror from the Mournlands that still plague your mind, and you just cannot focus.
Seeing Rhea kind of hesitate, Boko's going to reach into his bag of holding, and he's going to withdraw a lantern that's hooded, and he's going to take Rhea's hand and he's going to slowly try to get them to this hallway here.
The friendship helped a little bit.
You guys are moving as quietly as you can forward. Boko, you extend out this lantern and the corridor kind of opens up. This is a burial chamber and it's ringed with these ancient alcoves, but the air is tight here and it's almost prickling against your skin. And there seems to be these forms constantly watching from behind stone pillars, but as you look, they disappear. And only the faintest whisper trails through the chamber, but your light escorts you up to this other set of stairs. And it's at that point that you hear the voice. Yeah.
It's not a lantern of light, it's a lantern of darkness.
Sorry, excuse me, you're correct. Thank you.
Just because it really might matter here in a second.
Yes, it does. You are correct. Apologies. And as you guys get to kind of the edge of the staircase on both of these, you hear the elf's voice pass through. As this group has engaged some of the spirits, 3 whites, 1 defeated. And Roland, you kind of stepped up the stairs further towards this chamber, and what you can see, at least for now, it looks relatively empty. There are kind of 2 sarcophaguses that are old and decrepit, breaking with time. And you see off to one side a woman. She is in attire that seems far too light for this time of year, with her face that is kind of masked, and has some lightweight leather armors on her, with this tan sun-kissed skin, and she just kind of sits on the edge of one of these sarcophaguses, just with her legs crossed, awaiting. But she doesn't seem to see you yet. 2nd white defeated.
I'm going to tap the well, no, never mind. We're trying to peek into the central chamber, so I will do that. But I'll just move in and kind of come up next to her and just go, I thought the teams that signed up to compete in this place were had to be brave, but you take the cake.
She looks over you, eyes almost dead, and just kind of nods. And Roland, give me an insight check.
Oh, no guidance, so 10.
Even with a 10, you are well read enough to know the Talenta Plains is a good ways away. You're not even sure among the nomadic tribes if common is the most common language.
Well, what is the most common language?
With a 10, you don't know.
I speak many of them.
Well, actually, it'd be a history check on that one, not the insight. We'll give you a history check for it.
Okay. The guidance. History. 22.
So you know that the Talenta Plains was actually settled by by a lot of halflings. And so they actually speak kind of a dialect adapted from kind of halfling and gnomish languages.
Oh, the 2 I don't speak.
It's part of the history, not just
Goblin?
coincidence. Goblin is actually quite different. Goblin is goblinoid, and so not just the small creatures.
Yep.
Goblin, you actually know that Goblin is actually closer to Draconic than it is to Halfling or Common.
As someone who speaks both of those languages, I mean, Draconic is French, Goblin is Spanish.
More like
romance language, of course.
More like Goblin is Germanic and Draconic is Latin.
Those aren't similar at all.
More of
They have
ancient.
entirely different vocabularies and syntax structures.
Fair enough.
Sorry.
I was more trying to get the age, not the similarity. But yes.
Okay. Draconica's Old English. Never. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. This metaphor is breaking
We're
down.
good. We got it.
Yeah.
Focus.
But she stands and maneuvers over towards you.
Okay. This way. Through that door. Someone else will pick you up. And I'll point at the door
She nods and
and
walks
send her that
over.
way. And I'm
And
going
Jasira's
to
kind of like
pass around,
halfway up the steps.
pass around behind the sarcophagus and peek around the next corner into the central chamber.
Yeah, and this one actually does have, you can just barely see it on there, but there is a door that is across this passage here.
Oh, is it closed?
Yes, it is. The one previously was just a doorway that, like an arched doorway that was open, but this one is actually a closed door. Sorry, let me see if I can work on that while you're doing.
I'm going to use my earring and pull out the other one so that this doesn't get transmitted to the whole team, and just point down south where I know Boko is. That came out wrong.
Boku's giver, what can I say?
And just say, Boko.
Mhm.
The door to the central chamber is closed. I don't want to open it. Are you still attached to the plan of peeking into the center?
Boko will respond and they'll say, I think it's a good idea that we deal with that door early, as when things hit the fan, it is very likely that our second chance will be under great duress.
Point back and cast again. You raise a valid point. Gitash.
And then Boko is gonna take a quick look as he moves up this area. Is this door closed, or is it similarly open?
This one is similarly open, and I'll try and put some marks on them for you guys. You should be able to see a little door symbol, Roland. Is that showing up?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. I'm going to
I'll-
check for traps again.
Perfect. Please do.
I'm also gonna check for traps.
But yeah, Boko, yours is open, and so you can see through.
Can we both peek in? We could each
Yeah.
go one way.
Was there a reason that you rolled history, Roland? Or is that the old one?
That was the
That was the
previous
old one.
check.
Oh, okay. It was the check for chat.
Language.
Just for
Here's
language.
the language check. Oh my gosh!
Get him out of the way. Ugh.
Is
I'm
checking
gonna use
for
my
traps
inspiration on that.
a
I'm gonna use my inspiration
visual
on that.
thing?
It is a physical
Bugger off.
inspection usually.
Okay.
And so it's a
He's
combination.
making a joke about me missing an eye.
No. I get advantage on visual checks, Roland. It's an important question.
Yeah, so it has some connection, and so usually when there's like partial benefit like that, I will take that into account. And let's say you rolled lower on your first one, but higher on your second, then I will give you visual clues that indicate the higher roll, but you may not get everything. If that makes sense.
I'm gonna use a flash of genius on mine because that was not great.
I used my inspiration to get it up to a 30.
Good.
Which is much better.
The door is definitively not trapped, and you would have been fine with a nat 1.
None that you notice.
Roland, you look over this door, and the door doesn't seem to have any active traps on it. The mechanisms all seem clean. You check through the keyholes. You examine all of the pieces where there may be floor pieces that have trap doors on them, or the hinges may be out of line. But when you're looking over the hinges, what is clear is that unlike many of the smooth hewn walls in here, this wall has been broken open. And you can tell very clearly from the magical ley lines that kind of are embedded in the rock, even on the exterior, that this was magically blown open, and this door has been added at some time afterwards. In fact, the metal here, it is nowhere near the age of the sarcophagi that you passed by, that are literally the stone, the ancient stone is cracking. This is relatively new metal. And looking at the lock doesn't appear to be anything incredibly challenging. It's not the types of things to hide a vault behind. It's more the types of things that you would put over a place to keep out individuals, like a merchant's door, or the door to the police.
This is the warning: abandoned mine, do not enter door.
Yeah, sort of. Depends on what kind of warning for that mine is there. But yeah, if it's like just abandoned rather than haunted, yeah, about that level.
Yeah, okay. But it's we're going to keep out someone who is stupid, and if someone is determined to die, then yeah, they can get through.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Cool.
As part of that check that I did I determine that the lock is in fact locked?
Yes, it is in fact locked. And
I would like it to not be.
Perfect. Give me a sleight of hand check, or sorry, thieves tools check. Solaire, you were doing an investigation, and then you added on your flash of genius onto that 16.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that brings it up to 22. Is that right? 23. All right, and you were looking for traps in this space, correct? Around like the doorway.
Yeah, I was trying to make sure that we had a clear path up and into the chamber.
Yeah, you look through this, and again, this one is an old iron door. These are old wooden. The wood was built to last, and it's not rotting, but it is old. There is not really even a lock here. There is a space where you could put a chain around it. But there is no chain to be found. The doors kind of lay cracked and open. And looking inside, you see another 3 sarcophagi that are kind of laid out. And you catch just the edge of some legs that are kind of standing off to the side of another individual.
I hang about.
And it's at that point that you hear, White 3 has been defeated. Roland has found the first civilian.
Boko is going to reach up to the pendant that he wears around his neck and use an action. He is going to gain the benefits of dark vision, detect magic, and a +5 to passive perception.
Okay.
I already have enhanced dark vision, so I don't know if this extends the range or not, or is just overwritten by my previous.
I think this one is just overwritten or equivalent.
That makes sense. So
this is not specifically a dark vision effect, it's just a series of vision enhancements.
Boko's going to move up towards which sarcophagus did you say?
The one just out of sight, yeah, and I'll reveal them for you now.
Boko will move to approach, and he'll make a small whispering sound to see if he can get the person's attention.
You go to whisper, and right as you're about to speak, you hear, Boko has found the second civilian, and you're like, oh. But it's enough to get her attention, and she turns and looks at you, kind of looking down as you're kind of crouched behind here, and she kind of steps forward to meet you.
Boko's going to say, we're going to lead you to the entrance, but you're going to have to move quickly. Does it look like she understands?
Give me an insight check.
Balls.
I believe.
Insight check.
Her face is incredibly passive, and
We're stacking up all the 20s for combat, guys. This Banshee's gonna die in 2 rounds.
You're right.
Boko,
Bank him.
you are on edge and just looking across this individual, wondering there's gotta be some trick, right? There's gotta be something strange or different here. And you're like expecting this person to be not what they are. And they start to give you a strange look, and then their eyes kind of go wide a little bit as you feel just this coldness across your shoulder. And I want you to make me a Constitution save at disadvantage here.
Oh no.
Oh, that's not good.
A ghosty found you.
Are we close enough to see this?
Rhea is,
good.
yes.
Oh, there's my nat 20, guys.
Rhea, you start to see...
Oh, I know.
You start to see a spectral figure that is just apparating directly behind Boko and just reaches out with this spectral claw. And Boko, you do succeed. So you only take...
The natural 20 worked.
10 points of necrotic damage. And actually this one is cold damage, excuse me. Cold damage from this
I am
entity.
resistant to cold damage.
So you take 5.
Do I only take
I know
5?
you said it's a ghost, but
You're
I'm
such a
still gonna
cool
try
guy.
to stab it.
Go for it.
If I can get there. Okay, I'll run up.
Debbie, I'm gonna try to get this person the fuck out of here while Rhea engages.
Please do.
At least I'm not just.
Ooh, yay!
It's gonna be a ghost.
Yay! You gotta stab. You gotta stab.
Is this...
If there's an attack of opportunity that comes through, I'll take it instead of her if possible.
Rhea, is your rapier magical?
Oh no.
Don't. It has. I've noted magic bonus 1.
Makes
So-
it magical.
So yes,
If it's a plus 1.
That's a
Yeah.
plus
I-
1. That's
so-
magic.
No, I'm pretty sure I augmented it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I
Yeah.
augmented it.
I that's what I couldn't remember or not. I thought you did too. But thank you for that. So with this, go ahead and
It is enhanced.
go ahead and roll me damage on this
Woohoo!
as you
This
move
has to be so
forward.
shocking to a ghost to take
To take it.
stabbing
attack.
damage.
Now you know how the Nazgul feels when a hobbit crawled up behind him and went in his knee.
No man can kill the ghost, right?
Yep. I am no man.
I know, man. Nice to meet you.
Rhea, as
Hey,
you
it
go
worked
up
for you,
and
Ulysses.
stab into this spectral spirit, it turns and just with a scream just and then fades away and
Ew.
disperses into
I'm
nothing.
shushing it.
Yes, I love enhanced weapon value. Artificer wins.
I'll have to thank you when I get back.
Boko,
Only our other
it
artists
did
could
try to
that.
take a strike out at you. What is your AC currently? It tried to hit with a 19.
22.
Okay, so it tried to
Ooh.
slice towards you, but you were able to kind of pull the copperhead away from the strike. Boko
It's
has
gonna turn to Ray and
encountered
go.
resistance.
Turn to Rhea and go, we need to move quickly.
Yeah, get the fuck
I will
out of
give
that
2
room before
thumbs
the
up.
Banshee shows up.
I don't move
Clank,
exceptionally
clank,
quick.
clank, 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 clank.
I have dexterity bonuses now, so it's more like
At this
Tap, tap,
point,
tap, tap,
you
clank,
hear.
tap, 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 clank.
At this point, you hear Ezra's voice cut through on the channel. All right, we found something here. It looks to be, like Naomi said, a talisman. It's some sort of gilded metal. It appears to be a sunlight. I'm not sure which of the anchors it is yet, but we'll continue on with it in our hands. And there's a slight pause before Javan says that he will look over it. We'll continue on, moving east. and then it cuts out.
Are they leaving Javon behind?
Do you ask?
No, Javon!
Yeah, Boko is going to go on their earring. Is Javon staying behind?
Javon is moving with us. He's just occupied.
Understood. Coordinating with the other teams, guys, making sure everything's going smoothly.
That is
No one gets left behind.
cooperation. We love cooperation.
I'm gonna go tie something up for extra restraint points then.
Do you have a rope?
Oh.
No. I don't have anything combat useful. Not a thing, and a rope is probably useful in combat.
So Jasira and Boko, you are escorting the two copperheads back?
Yeah, Jasira's plan was to step behind the copperhead and kind of have the Shalt be the I guess forward guard, and she'll be the rear guard.
All right. So the two of you escort back these two civilians without any further issue, and you hear rallied off against Copperhead 1 and 2 escorted back to Arts and Farces. Roland, you inspecting this door find no difficulty in undoing the lock, and it cracks open ever so slightly after undoing it, and you are able to glimpse further inside if you would like.
I will glimpse. I'm not going to walk through.
So you have to walk through the door if you want to glimpse. It's a short chamber. If you want to get, like, you can, well, I guess if you want to open the door and just see what you see, you can do that. But to see,
I'll walk through the door and go up to the.
I'm just trying to give you a better understanding or how I can describe this to you.
Restraint.
Shall I describe it to you? Or would you like me to find you a box?
We're going ham on the Lord of the Rings references tonight.
Really? Roland, give me go ahead and give me a perception check.
With guidance.
That's pretty good.
You walk through
That's
this
better
crack.
than I have any right to roll.
You walk through this crack in the stone again, and
I'm hugging the left wall. The right eye is able to see everything.
You see those stress lines along where the rock is fractured and the magic has burned itself in. Whatever broke through this wall was quite powerful, as it is multiple feet of rock. And on the other side, you see this chamber. It is a smooth stone chamber with rows of what looks to be broken pews and large, tall stone columns that kind of step up closer towards what appears to be a tablet towards the center. But you notice in front of you, kind of at the edge of where this rock is broken into the chamber, there's kind of these hazy, wispy lines that just kind of float through the air. And it's at that point that you hear,
We're not touching those.
the Banshee has awakened. Its presence is noted towards the north. Ezra, careful.
Boko and I and Ray are towards the south, right?
You are.
Fuck me, I have an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
There's
You
a
would always-
talisman down there.
You always
Take it.
blame me for fucking
Definitely take it.
fucking shit.
The worst case scenario, something cool happens.
Wait, this is the second deviation from the plan that we had, by the way. You guys were supposed to go to the North Chamber first.
I followed Roland. Hold the roll.
No, I'm sorry. The plan was we all go to the center one and then split from there after taking a look through.
No, it was
That
we
was the
meet
plan
there
we
and then
established.
take the
You deviated first by going south immediately.
I'm just
put
imagining this
numbers on the last
happening.
map.
I'm just imagining this happening over the earring in my head canon.
What do you mean you're in the middle chamber?
No. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh.
I'm going to swing
Yeah.
over to the other side of the wall, hearing that the Banshee has been sighted to the north, and I want to take a closer look at where the scrying said another talisman might be, see if I can see something.
So to get where you are, you would have to pass through these wispy lines. Are you okay with that?
Nope.
Okay. You saw them, and so I wanted to make sure they are literally in
I thought
that they are right where the stone breaks into the chamber.
I thought they were running this way. My
I'll
bad. I
put
did not
them
realize
on.
they were here.
Yes.
I thought they were here.
No, they are right. Oh, did that not? Hello. Token. Why can I not draw?
Hello.
Oh, is it a line? Okay. They're right there.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Like, okay, yeah. And I can't like get to here and like hear.
You can. I was just letting you know where you had moved was in there. I wanted to clarify.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes. You're allowed to move wherever you want.
As close as of a look. I will get as close of a look as I can without touching the wispy lines.
Okay. I'll say with that perception check, what you see is this large stone, what almost looks to be like an altar. And you actually see on the floor beneath it is this radial pattern. And on top of it, you see something that appears to catch this light from these, they're almost torches, but they're these blue-green glow, this like ethereal ghostly flame that kind of just flickers off, and you see the light of something metallic on this stone tablet.
I'll relay to the team. I think I see another of the talismans in the central chamber, but there's some form of magic that may alert someone to anyone entering it. Returning to the original mission. It's at the south end. And just basically relay what I saw, and I'm going to head back and go back to what I was originally doing. Where did everyone else go?
They're back.
We're this way. Yeah.
Shall we go north?
Onwards.
Sounds like that area is being cleared out.
Since we have our teams, would you like to go north and we will start clearing south, making it so you can quickly catch up to us?
That
I
sounds
think we are
preferable
going-
to me. The Banshee is to the north.
Yeah. So,
But also, there is help to the north, and so if something happens, we will have another party up there.
are we going to go? You want to take the north path all the way around?
Yes. The door that I unlocked, it is now open. It is able to be egressed through. But I think that as soon as anyone enters the central chamber, the entity that owns this place will know. I have a feeling that the talisman that is on the altar in the central chamber is of particular importance to this entity.
It's Naomi that's watching over us, right?
Yeah.
While this conversation is happening, Boko is going to touch the earring and say, Naomi, we're thinking about circling around to the north path. Can you tell us what stands in our way?
Ezra and the others of the guild are held up in the northwest chamber. The Banshee's presence is in the chamber directly north.
Are they engaged with the Banshee right now?
We're avoiding her, thank you, mate.
Boko looks to
Okay.
Roland. I think the southern path is going to be better.
You guys take the southern path, take it as far as you can. If you can clear everyone out via the southern path, so much the better. We should be ready to go north in case that path opens up.
Understood. And then
Plus,
Boko
there's
will-
one more to gain. There's one more civilian to be rescued to the north.
Mm-hmm.
Boko's gonna move to Renny and Rhea and start moving down towards the south.
I will keep a healthy distance behind you, but not far enough behind you that I'm getting stabbed by a ghost by myself.
Is the creature that attacked
mean-
us?
I want nothing to
5
do with
feet.
this.
Boko's gonna turn to Renny really quickly and he's gonna say, "The creature that attacked us, what do you know of it?" And hopefully they can try to gather some information or rack their memory.
Sure. Do you wanna? Are you asking me to roll a check, or are you just, or to have you roll a check? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, I think we're gonna see if we can. Boko's interested in seeing how these creatures hunt or locate things, if it's visually based or if it's just aura based.
Okay. You can give me a survival, religion, or arcana check. Whoever is interested. Renny, these looked to be undead spirits. They are restless spirits called about by a more powerful force. They don't hunt so much as haunt. And they carry more about territory and the natural order of their space, which could mean a lot of different things depending on who the ghost or spirit is. But that is finding out about what the spirits care about is usually the best way to help avoid or at least pacify any wandering undead. Short of being able to hollow the space to essentially banish them or help them move on.
I'm interested in if I activate my Lantern of Darkness, if it will make us invisible to them or not. Or at least give us some kind of advantage, because I can see through magical darkness.
Give me an Arcana check, Boko.
Roll the survival check. Do I get anything from that?
Oh, did you? I don't see
Joe's
the survival.
asking if he can talk
You
to
don't see
ghosts.
it? Oh,
Just
I'm
can't
gonna
hear
take a picture of it because
You
it's a
guys
natural
hear me
20.
now?
Barely. But I could hear it.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay, that was odd. Is there a way to know what they care about, or do they speak a language or anything like that? Could we talk to one?
Usually they don't speak, but usually ghosts do understand a language. You know that for malevolent spirits, which these look to be, that it's very difficult to get them to listen before they attack you. And so the best way is usually by observing the space, looking for hints in the environment around, and then trying to find that to potentially earn an audience or a moment of their time to try and persuade them. But yeah, getting them to just listen on their own is very difficult.
I will convey that to Boko, that maybe we could persuade them if we can talk to them and show them by getting out of their space, basically, like testing their space, figure out what they care about, and then if we can fix it, then maybe they won't attack us.
Yeah, Boko's kind of on the same track. I sent the roll to Discord because I rolled it on my end, but it didn't actually send to you guys. And so I refreshed my browser. But Boko is trying to see
Interesting,
essentially
yeah.
very similar to see if there's a way that he can pass by using this magical darkness, pass unseen or unthreatening through their territory without upsetting them.
Yeah, Boko, just based on like what you're observing around your surroundings, from what you saw from that creature, the creature didn't have any eyes. It was empty, undead eye sockets. you're not sure that they are seen by normal means, and whether or not darkness would have much of an effect. You think probably not. If it is magical darkness, perhaps it might extend out into ethereal space, but that seems like a bit of a stretch. More than likely here, and you start to notice and look around, this place is old but had been delicately and ritualistically kept clean and orderly. This is a barrow, a burial site. These sarcophaguses carried dead bodies at one point in time, but you also notice that there are signs of the lids being moved frequently. The stone is kind of smoothed away where these have been slid open and closed multiple times. And you don't know if that means there are multiple bodies or if things were accessed here. Maybe this wasn't a tomb at all, but maybe something else was smuggled in here. There are a lot of different ideas running through your head, but you'll need more evidence to kind of pull it together. But you've got kind of the initial threads of something.
Boko's gonna go on the earring and just say, "It seems that there were wights in the northern cavern. There was a shadowy figure that attacked us. But it also seems that there is something that has potentially animated the physical bodies of those who remain here. If we proceed, do your best to avoid these things. Allow them to rest peacefully."
Don't touch the coffins. Got it.
At that point, you hear the voice of Gil. Or just give them an axe to their face. Seemed to work pretty well.
But restraint and respect would dictate not touching the coffins.
As we come around the corner, can we look for like signs of a normal walking path through here? If there's like a spot where people know they can go to not disturb the ghosts.
Sure, give me a perception or investigation check. Sorry, what was that, Boko?
If these are if they're shambling individuals, maybe they left tracks.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Yes. Rhea, you see that there was perhaps a path long ago. And it seems that there are kind of traces of boot prints and kind of what looks to be these soft lines of where maybe a sword or weapon might hang down into the dirt. And you can see these paths that are kind of worn before, kind of curved around, and they all seem to avoid kind of the western side or the left side of this chamber below you. Looking around, you actually also notice that here there are signs of burnt and destroyed wood. Something was in this space and it was destroyed. There are embers and ashes that have long been covered by dirt and dust, but you see the remnant traces of it. And I'll also say that with this, Rhea, as you look in this space, you see this skeletal figure with garbs of kind of white cloth hanging across its thin flesh-covered bones, but it is gray and dead. The hair hangs in matted clumps, and it looks away from you. It's looking towards the left, but it just stands there.
Oh, that's creepy. That seems like something Boko would be interested in. I'll point it out to him, but I'm gonna be avoiding that wide path around it.
Can you ping the map where it is? Do we have any chance of sneaking by it?
Yeah, let me just go ahead and put it on the map for you. Oh, that's not the one that I want. You're the one that I want, baby. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry.
Not even he can help you from this singing.
Oh. Bum, 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 bum. Right there. And he is looking towards the wall.
Looking further to the left?
Yeah,
Okay.
further to the left. Not even just looking, but facing that way.
Oh yeah.
Renny, can you turn invisible?
Yeah. Would you rather me do it, or would you rather you be invisible? I can make you invisible as well.
No, make yourself invisible. Rhea, follow me very closely. Use me as cover. And Boko is going to cast Alter Self and turn himself into a mirror image of this thing.
Oh.
Wait a minute. How long do I need to be invisible?
Until we are found out. Probably not more than 10 minutes to an hour.
Okay, yeah. Invisibility lasts that long.
All right.
I will make myself invisible.
All right.
Rhea looks skeptical as this sounds like a plan that's going to take us closer to the skeleton.
Perhaps we get past it.
Project.
So what's the plan here? You just moving through, Boko, in this guise, and then the other two are stealthing?
Yeah, we're gonna
Do you
try
want to
to-
all be invisible?
That might be a better option.
I can definitely make us invisible. Let's see. Yeah.
I did not know you could make us all invisible.
Yeah.
That would be preferable.
Yeah. We can all be invisible, my friend.
Can we do that instead?
I'll burn it at 4th level and make us all invisible.
Okay.
Oh, to be a full caster. Right.
The three of you.
Instead of 1 level and 2 in a full caster and 1 in a 3/4 caster.
The three of you shift into invisibility, and you hear Naomi's voice come through. Renny, Boko, and Rhea have passed beyond my vision, using invisibility. I have no sight over them. They were headed towards the southwestern chamber.
We'll go on the earring and say, there is a undead figure here. We are attempting to move past it without disturbing it. All right. Let's do it, guys.
Go ahead and give me stealth checks at advantage, so Boko, that'll cancel out your disadvantage.
I mean, and you've got so it I'm sorry. Words
I should
are
probably
hard.
use a flash of genius on that.
Probably.
You no longer have advantage on your dex because that requires concentration, and so does this.
Correct.
Sorry, that's what I'm
That's
trying
okay.
to say.
That's fine.
You should
Words are
definitely
hard.
use Flash of Genius on that.
That's fine.
But Sam still gets advantage because invisible.
Yep.
So does Renny.
True.
The three of you begin to move.
The accordion boy is the...
The three of you begin to slowly maneuver along this path, and the skeleton, you see him kind of twitching and just but doesn't seem to acknowledge your presence, and you step by, maneuver around the corner, Rhea moving quickly to get beyond the skeleton, and Rhea, you come to what looks to be a split. There's a part of the tunnel that seems to be broken with rock lining the ground, that kind of goes upwards, and then the path also continues further to the east here. In the meantime, as you were...
Does the walking path... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Does the path we were following continue along the not caved-in trail?
Yes, it appears to. You still pick up pieces here and there.
Just in case we get ambushed, my passive perception is 22. Because I think it might matter here.
What? All right.
I mean, I've only been stabbed in the back once so far. This encounter. So
So far.
So far. It's early. Early in the
It's
morning
still early.
still. Roland, for you, Jasira, and the Schultz, you are headed towards the northern chamber. What are you guys doing?
Same plan as before. I'll stealth ahead and snag the person silently if I can.
All right, give me the checks.
Guidance. Yelf. Yeesh. 17.
17? It says 18 on my screen.
Yeah.
18?
18. Nah.
That was good. All right.
Yeah, you silently move forward
I was
along the
doing
edge.
Baker counting.
You move along the edge, and once again see a copperhead standing within this chamber. They are facing towards the doorway.
I will step up to the doorway and just kind of stick a hand out and say,
There's some eye rolling, but they step over towards you.
Sassy.
and walk back out and take him to Jasira so Jasira can help take him to safety, and I'm going to scout ahead.
Okay.
Yep, so kind of repeat as before. Put them
Wait,
in between
hug the
the
left
Dalton
wall.
eye.
So the right eye can see.
All right, if you would like to give me a perception or investigation check, Roland, as you're moving forward.
Oh, I'll give you 3 guesses which one I'm going to take.
Roland has rescued the
29.
third civilian. They're headed south. Roland, as you look into this chamber, there is inscribed various sigils and markings in this kind of square or rectangular pattern on the ground, and there are 4 large columns that reach up and connect to the ceiling. On the west wall, you see this large skull-like motif carved into the stone. And in the corners, you see these other smaller stone skull carvings kind of nestled into each of the 4 corners, or the 4 main corners of this room. Kind of settled just on the other side, you see the other members of the Clifftop Adventurers Guild. Ezra is kind of standing on the side looking through down the stairs to the east. You see Gil, who's kind of like toying with his axe that's embedded in one of these skeletal figures on the ground in front of him, looking incredibly bored. Jonah is kind of up along the back.
Twitching 'cause he's got my axe embedded in his nervous system.
I had to give it to you. Jonah and Jordan are kind of up near the far wall, and Jordan is kind of scratching the back of the panther's head. And you see Javon, kind of his legs crossed as he's got a book open, and he's got this item in his hand. And you can see the item from here. It's a about palm-sized, what looks to be like a talisman or a holy symbol. And it's kind of this golden sun. And actually, I'll go ahead and show that to y'all. It looks like this. And that is what you see.
Oh, looks like the kind of thing Clyde would have tried to stole.
Roland, you can't help but notice.
Comparing it to the strange holy symbol that's in our inventory.
Give me a religion check.
All right. $26. Nice and average.
Looking over, previously you had been kind of doing some research on the side, and had kind of gathered at least a guess that this other strange holy symbol was likely a symbol of why can't I remember my deities? Give me 1 second. Let me go to my list so that I get this name correct and don't mess it up.
Checks notes. It was Tim.
It was Tim. Okay.
Long live the guard named Bob.
Oh, that doesn't have the name I'm looking for. It's in this one. Good golly Wally. There we go.
Good golly Wally.
This seems to be the holy symbol that you already had. this kind of angular gold bars with these almost like obsidian lightning patterns behind appears to be that of the Devourer, which you know is one of the Dark Six. The symbol that you see in Javon's hand, as far as you can tell from what you were looking at and the research that you've done, this is actually an older version of various holy symbols to one of the sovereign host, that of Dol Ara, who is the sovereign of sunlight.
Is this Dolazor?
No, this is Dol Ara.
Laura, okay.
Anything else that you're doing, Roland?
I mean, if they're still waiting, I'm just gonna kind of like move into the room and take up a stealthy position on the other corner, not necessarily hiding from them, but definitely hiding from down the corridor.
Yeah. Jasira and Thashalt, can the two of you make me wisdom saving throws? As you're walking down this chamber, you begin to see these spectral hands, almost like claws reaching out from the walls towards your feet. And you see this sphere starts to kind of try and rise up towards your brain, and I need those wisdom saving throws, please.
Sounds good.
That is a save. So that's a normal.
Yes, a save.
You said it's for fear.
It is.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Did I get anything helpful?
Nice.
No problem.
Does that work?
Can I?
It does. Please take it at advantage. Just hear what we're saying?
Could I try my inspiration? I don't like 9.
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
Ooh, I don't like that one either.
Oh. I like
4.
that last. I like that last.
Jasira,
if we're being honest.
You feel this fear start to wrap around you, and you don't know why. There's like you're fairly stout in the face of danger, but as these cold hands begin to grasp against your ankles, that chill suddenly gives you this flashback, and you are in this incredibly revealing pose, and you feel the claw of Anne kind of running down your spine, and even though you expected it to be hot, it's actually ice across your her touch, and that just sends these terrors into you as this vision of your dream or whatever was going on begins to affect you and pulls you into this fear. And as it starts to take over you, I need you to go ahead. You begin to rush forward. Thashalt, you see as she just sprints past you. And Jasira, you have Step of the Wind, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and mark a key for Step of the Wind as she just books it right by you, Thashalt, towards safety. Wow. You just see her race by. And at that, these claws start to reach up higher and grow in size. Thashalt, what are you doing?
That's not great. So are they threatening the civilian?
They are growing up all around you. Just these long, what were kind of human-sized arms reaching out from under the rocks, like almost from the walls, are now monstrous in size, 5 feet, 8 feet tall, as they're reaching up with these dark, ghostly claws.
I'm just gonna look towards the person that I'm asking. We gotta leave. So as I'm going to just try and keep my arm up to protect them as they walk. I'll just try and take any attacks that are gonna come at them so we can get them to safety.
Yeah, she nods as you rush forward. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw, Thashalt.
All right, sounds
You got
good.
it. You got it. Think dexterity.
12. That's all right.
You pull through, and you will take roll. You'll take 3 of these attacks here. And so I need 3 more wisdom saving throws from you.
Sounds good.
And this is not a frighten anymore.
Oh, yikes. All right. Well, Cool. Let's do. Do they do damage?
Yes, these will do damage.
Okay. Oh, but it'll depend on the wizard. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, kind of a mixed bag on those.
Okay, so the first one you're able to push off and avoid. Even as these claws hit you, they're kind of hitting your body and then pulling through your skin, and it feels weird, but you push forward. These next ones, as they tear into, you're not feeling it in your body. It's actually like this part of your brain or part of your soul that is being ripped at. You take 14 points of psychic damage from the first one, and 8 points of psychic damage from the second. And so you try 22. To race through, but you are unable to, and reveal, as you're trying to run through, you reveal this entity, this copperhead, to an attack. And she also will take one of these attacks. She only takes 2 points of psychic though.
Okay, good.
And you race down to the side, and quickly over the earrings you all hear, Jasira and Theshalt have run into specters. And shortly thereafter, you see Ezra kind of look up Roland from where you're standing, and then shortly thereafter over the earring, the Banshee's presence is moving south.
Oh boy.
And
oh fuck, that's where we are.
Roland, you begin to see the Ezra and the others begin to get up and begin to move, or get ready to move. But in that time, we come back down to the south. Rhea, you are leading past this collapsed chamber. What are you, Renny, and Boko doing as these words reach you that the Banshee is headed south?
Look around and see what's on the path ahead of us first, and then see if we hear or see anything changing.
All right, give me a perception check. You don't see anything changing. Everybody's rolling low. Goodness.
Yeah.
2 nat ones on the wisdom saves before that.
We can't see each other. But Boko, are we in a place where we can whisper without the skeleton thing seeing or hearing us?
You can certainly try. We'll say that you're at least around
That's
the corner.
That's not reassuring.
Yeah.
I'm not here to be reassuring.
Very low whisper. Boko will say, continue to push on. Any sign of the Banshee, move as quickly as you can towards the entrance.
Okay.
All right, so the 3 of you slowly inching forward.
Yes.
Quickly as we can, quietly.
I also have detect magic that I don't have to concentrate on in case it comes up.
Yeah, go ahead and give me. You said you've got a passive perception of 22, right?
22, yes.
22, and the 3 of you are invisible, so you begin to maneuver further forward, slowly stepping, and come up to right about where it looks like there is the main entrance. You see that the path kind of slopes upwards, and you see these large stone doors up at the top. And the doors are closed, but the passage continues along further in front. In the meantime, Jasira and Theshalt, you return with the 3rd civilian, but look behind you, and these ghostly arms have kind of pulled forward, and there are these large 12-foot apparitions that are moving behind this chamber towards you.
So I'm just gonna get the civilian back. Jasira, you want to explain to me what just look behind? Oh, that's not great.
Terrified.
I could see that, as I'll just turn around and go to face these guys.
All right.
Strength, guys.
Can Jasira try to shake this yet?
Yeah, give me another wisdom save, but this one is at disadvantage.
All right. Meanwhile, I'm gonna stand my ground, and I'm gonna use one of my new build pieces on this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and power converter.
Nice.
Well, my second one would have been way better.
I'm gonna gain my my 9 stamina. Yeah, 9 stamina on that.
Hey! Wait,
Like that.
you convert raw metals into power? What is this, a Brandon Sanderson novel?
Gosh, always has been.
Always
Dude, hey,
has
the
been.
minute I could steel push stuff, we're golden. We can just start doing a lot of things. Boom!
It's gonna hit the fan.
I just need some tin to fix my
Exactly.
perception.
Ooh, that's so true though.
Jasira, this fear just continues to ramp up in your mind. You suddenly realize how little you remember about the night with Anne, and it plagues you. And these pieces start to return to you. You know you talked about your father, but what did you say? What did you tell her about him, and what did she tell you? And you just can't remember. And there's this terror that continues to make your heart race. And while you're not running away, you are kind of pulled in towards where the civilians are. And Schalt, you even see that these copperheads, they have small daggers with them. A couple of them have hands at the ready, but they're letting you handle it for now.
Right on.
Roland, what are you
But these-
doing as the guild begins to motion? They're headed further into the chamber.
Pulling out the other earring so it doesn't pick up on this, hitting my own, messaging Thashalt, and going, Thashalt, Jasira, get your asses up here. We have an opportunity. Let's move.
We have a slight problem with getting back to you.
The civilians are encountering resistance.
Mm-hmm.
And
Son of... I'll
Thashalt,
do it myself.
you see as
And I follow the other party.
Okay. Thashalt, you see as that large human individual, Mathis, kind of steps up in his own armor, kind of pulls out a shield and stands beside you with a longsword at the ready. And you see that the dwarven individual is kind of readying a spell of his own behind. But you see these spirits that are coming forward. What would you like to do?
Always good finding good help. Let's see. There's just like, I guess how many you think there are? Like 2 or 3, or
Yeah, the arts and farces has 3
Okay.
of them. Jessen is
Right
kind
on.
of back with the civilians, and Grom and
Okay.
Mathis have come up to your assistance.
And then we're facing down just like a large number of these hands, I guess.
There's 2 large apparitions. They're probably about 12 foot tall with these massive like gorilla arms hanging down that are kind of lumbering forward on them.
All right, well, first check. I guess I'll just try and double shot it with steam. So let's do hydro cannon attacks.
That's pretty good.
Nice. Yeah, you give out these 2 blasts towards the creature, and they slam into its ethereal form. This magic still finding purchase on these entities. And you watch beside you, Mathis kind of comes up and whispers a word under his breath, and his sword begins to glow with this blue runes light up the blade, and he slashes into the apparition beside you. And Grom kind of takes this ball of lightning and pushes it into the metal hammer and throws it forward, and it slams into the apparition before bouncing back and returning to his hand.
All right, these things are still up though.
Yeah, you're confronting them for now, but they're kind of in a face-off. Jasira, go ahead and give me another wisdom saving throw at disadvantage.
Yeah, I was gonna see.
And Roland,
There's
did you
one thing
the 18
I
stealth
do.
above, was that for when you were, I believe that was for when you were in the corner, or did you roll another one?
Bummer. I cannot cure fearing. Okay.
David,
6.
Mm,
Balls.
Yes.
did you
What?
roll a stealth check when you moved into that chamber to follow them? Was that the 16 above?
I have not yet.
Okay. Would you like to as you maneuver them, or are you just kind of walking behind them?
No, I'll stealth.
Okay.
I have a different mission from them. I'll help them if I have to, but at the moment I am trying to use them as the brute force through the door, and then I'll follow behind and pick up civilians and get them out to safety.
Yeah, and they are working very, very quickly. They are moving with some purpose. And you see Ezra is just delivering orders quickly and curtly. And they almost effortlessly split into two different groups. And Ezra begins to helm the group that is headed towards the south. And you see as Javon, Jordan, and Jonah head off to the east.
Okay. I will continue east behind that other group. Kind of want to go unlock that door and check the chests in there, but restraint.
Okay, hopefully we can come back for it, because I wouldn't mind what's in anything.
All right.
Also, Roland does not know there are chests there. Only David does, so east.
Yeah.
However, doors are meant to be unlocked.
You all have the map of the space as it was given to you. It is incredibly detailed. The features that you see on the map, you know about.
Oh.
So I know there are chests there.
Those chests, that stone table, those doors, those were all marked on the map. This was a very detailed map that they were using.
That implies the existence of things that are not on the map that we may encounter, so...
Correct. We've already run into some of those.
And for we're gonna just move those over.
We've got top lane, we've got bottom lane. What's going on here, guys?
So as these two groups split off, Roland, you've got an 18 for stealth. Thank you. And with that, Jasira, with your wisdom saving throw, go ahead and describe what you think Jasira is struggling with as the sphere continues to cripple her mind and how it manifests in her physically.
If she has enough presence of mind to have this, I can only imagine her kind of internally screaming, "Not again, not now, not again, this can't be happening again." And all of her like individual fears that she's been trying to block out, how to pursue her daddy issues, how to handle this nightmarish potential reality coming back around, and just I would say it's consuming her to an
Unfortunately, sorry.
You're good. And maybe even just kind of, I would say she should probably fall down into a fetal position at this point if she's not compelled to run further out.
Yes, she is not compelled, just the fear claiming you, and you drop down to your knees. And at that point, the tiefling Jessen kind of puts a hand to your shoulder. What's going on? And she will try to look in, but currently can't do much to help out yet. Thashalt, you, Mathis, and Grom are in the midst of fighting these creatures. What do you do next?
All right, let's see. If I feel like they're coming, do I feel like they're coming closer? Like, are they trying to encroach on us? Or?
You right now are holding them at bay. The three of you against the two of them seems to at least be enough of a match to keep them from getting any closer.
Then I guess I'll probably just keep hydro cannon barraging them while I'm looking back at Jasira. Not to be inconsiderate, but it'd be really great to get it together sometime soon.
Damn.
So I'll just fire 2 more blasts into it while I'm trying to pay attention.
For the first time, the shark didn't hit Jasira with that ability.
What in the hell is that supposed to be?
Okay, he's just spitting facts.
Damn.
Goodness.
Too much savagery happening in that
Even
group.
facials for the undead.
Low key, maybe it could help her be less scared. I don't know.
Oh boy.
So maybe it's a bummer.
Yeah, you should have popped her.
Okay.
I'm not wrong.
It happens. All right, down on the bottom, Rhea, Boko, and Renny, you have reached this spot where the entrance is, or where you can continue further. What are you doing?
We got to keep going because we're at risk of coming into contact with the
Press on.
Banshee.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Maneuvering further, you get past the entrance and along the pathway. So far, things are quiet. And you reach another point where things seem to kind of reach another split, but you know that they kind of connect back around. And this part of the cavern doesn't make too much sense at the onset of why this extension would kind of be needed. But you're here kind of rounding towards where you know 3 more civilians await. At that, Roland, you kind of looking over, watch these 3. They move like trained commandos, walking along the edge, cornering up, observing kind of the same steps almost that you make on the opposite side, but they're working in a trio. Jonah kind of stays at the back corner, keeping watch. You watch as they quickly and efficiently search for traps along the ground as Jordan Blake kind of moves up to take point. Javon, still clutching that talisman in his hands, kind of steps forward, following closely after Jordan, who kind of walks through the edge, raises a crossbow, and begins to clear the space inside. Javon steps forward and begins inspecting the pillars and the sigils on the ground, looking for any magical aspects about them. Anything else that you're doing, Roland, or just observing here?
I have a different mission from them. If they're going to take their time here, I'm going to try and get through before the fight starts. And so I'll just
where?
dart through this chamber
Okay.
that they've already entered. So I'm going to get to that corner and then just try and get to this corner as quickly as I can.
Are you trying
And
to
start down
hide
the
from
next
them?
hallway. Not from them,
Okay.
but from anything else. Like I want to be greased lightning past them, where they go like, "Oh shit, he was here," and then and then re-hide to go down the next corridor.
All right. As you step through, maneuvering by them, what's odd is they don't seem to look surprised. What you actually go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Alrighty.
They knew you were the weak link at the party.
Old guy.
That you couldn't follow directions.
What, the guy doing the mission and not
Roland, as you move
Yeah.
by, you catch that they are similar to you, wearing 2 earrings, not just one.
Well, interesting, because mine allows me to pick up on other messages being cast around me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not picking up on theirs.
It's not picking up on these.
I kind of want one of theirs now.
And to
I
be
mean,
noted,
We can just take one out, right?
to be noted, you did pick up before on the earrings that they were using that seemed to be like the ones that they gave you all to use. So they must have some additional one that it looks like they put on for this mission. But you move through.
Fascinating.
You kind of catch we're aware of you, kind of make space for you and even like clear the space for you to ensure that you're able. And as you move to that corner, Jordan also moves to the opposite one, looking down the hallway as the 2 of you kind of scope out, observing what's below. And with
if
that,
it is clear, I will move.
okay.
Like their job is in this room, my job is beyond it.
Yep. As you do, Thishalt, You continue to send more of these hydro cannon blasts against these creatures. You are holding them at bay. Mathis and Grom are kind of facing off against one. The other is kind of coming up towards you and has closed the distance. Now about to collide with you. What are you doing?
All right, I'll collide with him if that's what he wants.
Don't sound so pleased about it.
And Jasira, please roll me that wisdom save disadvantage again.
I'll ram his ass here.
Nice, yeah, that definitely hits.
I'll see.
Oh, no.
It's only getting worse, y'all.
How like now that he's closer, like can I see, is it having like a decent effect on this thing, or?
So with your ram ID, is your ram attack magical?
I think it should be. Whoops, that's not this. Hold on, let me go grab the description. It's part of hydro cannons, or it's part of hydro valve features.
I think it is as well. So you see that it not only do you ram into him, but the blade as you carve in with those 9 damage, you see that it does actually open up some of this decayed, what looks to be flesh, but it's all ethereal. It's all spectral. None of it is actually physical. Even though you collide with something, it's more of like a heavy air on the edge of your form than it is an actual entity or creature.
Weird. Okay. Well, let's see. I got one more attack. Let's try and cleave it.
Yeah, that definitely hits. As you go to cut into it, your blade connects. So go ahead and roll me the D12 plus intelligence. But there is no blood to bleed out here. This
Makes
thing
sense.
doesn't have any corporeal form, but it does take the slashing damage from the magical cut. Jasira, with that wisdom save, what secret is Jasira worried that Anne escaped with?
Ooh. I think, truthfully, she might be most afraid that she is going to seek out Drago herself. Because her entire point was, he doesn't need to be hurt, he doesn't need to be involved, he needs to be safe. So.
Why does Jasira not want Anne by Drago? Why does Jasira want him to be safe?
Despite all of her fuck-ups and weakness in terms of her mental acuity, he has been kind and sweet and honestly very encouraging. She's been able to open up and almost feel like herself, which she has never really gotten to feel since escaping Mabar.
There's this vision that you have of you and Anne laying about in these red satin sheets, hardly clothed, sharing stories almost like girls at a sleepover. But as this vision comes back to you, it shifts from what was this warming feeling that you had experienced maybe in this moment. Did it happen? But now you're looking at it from a third party and you see Anne licking her lips. You see the eyes of a predator. You see her eating up each of these words as they're revealed. Boko, Rhea, Renny, you move through the passages and you reach towards where you start to see a chamber breaking off where you know a civilian is supposed to be.
Really quick, while we're here, there's a reason that this was constructed this way. Can Boko take a second to look down at the ground and see if there's any indication? And he's thinking more on the mechanical side of like water flowing or through traffic or things like that. Why would there be a diversion here?
What tools are you proficient with right now?
I am proficient with thieves' tools, alchemy, smith, and leatherworking.
Okay.
Rhea has just assumed there's ghosts down that way.
Give me an intelligence check.
Intelligence check. That is a 10. Not fantastic.
No.
It's difficult to
Do you have
understand
inspiration?
the.
No, I don't.
Dang.
Okay.
It's difficult to understand the purpose of this. What you do notice around is that the far bottom corner has some broken rock at the base. It looks like there was work being done on this space. It looks unfinished.
Restraint. We're gonna continue on.
All right.
How's that going for you?
The three
So
of
far,
you.
things are going well.
The three of you invisibly move forward, and you can see again another doorway. This one is indeed open, and peering in, you can see seated kind of in the middle of the chamber is this other copperhead.
Boko will whisper to Rhea. Rhea, are you able to go and grab her? I think Renny and I should continue on to the next room. Meet us there.
I can definitely try and grab her. Question. If I have to stop being invisible to communicate with her that we need to leave, am I able to do that, or does Renny have to drop it at will on me?
Renny has to drop it, I believe, for all of you at the same time. I don't think he can control each
then
one
preferably
individually.
I'll just try and
Interesting.
grab
Hang
her
on.
hand, I guess. And
If we're using the earring to cast message, that would break our invisibility, right?
These
No, because the
earrings,
message isn't concentration.
yeah, these earrings don't appear to require concentration to work.
The invisibility spell says
But
if you cast the spell.
Yeah, it's not a concentration.
So these earrings don't appear to be casting, but they are magical effects. And so it's almost like the earring is casting the spell. You are just triggering it. So I don't think it would count
It's
as
also
casting
listening
spell.
to everything you say, whether or not you're intending to transmit.
I'm used to having my
it's gonna
thoughts
start giving
Martin.
ads into my ear.
Only if you get it from Kobold or go home.
Targeted.
right.
Well,
Okay.
Am I able to quietly inspire, or do I have to like big old accordion blast? In
No.
The invisible target?
If you can describe a way that you quietly inspire, you certainly can.
All right.
Offshoot.
I
to inspire?
am going to have a very, very brief like. We got this. You don't need to be scared. It's going to be okay. It's like, it's obvious that I'm the one who's freaked out, but I'm just like making it like, all right. I'm pep talking myself as much as her. That like we've got to split up, but it's all right. Like we've got all the plan. Like the Banshee's still far away. Everything's all right. Everything's good. And it's like it's obviously not all right, and it's not good. But we're gonna pretend.
It's fine.
I am acting brave despite absolutely hating every single second of this to the core.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check,
Renny,
Renny.
I promise not to cost you another musical instrument.
You are.
I do have advantage on persuasion. Yeah.
You are exuding a aura of confidence, even in your invisible state. And you kind of race after Boko, who has kind of moved ahead. Boko, you get to where this third chamber would be and look and see for the first time a closed door. Roland, you on the opposite side, you sneak around to the topmost chamber and you can spy, even from your position on the corner, where a copperhead again sits on a sarcophagus, and behind her is another one of those stone doors.
Right. Yeah, I'll move into the chamber and shit. Did I see them moving up the hallway as I was moving down?
No, because they're invisible.
They're invisible. Fuck.
Would I have seen Roland?
No, because he's stealthy as fuck.
Wait, what was your last stealth check? You.
Oh yeah, you do
Yes.
have a crazy perception, so actually you might have.
I do have, because I used that bone amulet that's probably cursed. I do have a 22 to passive perception at the moment.
What I'll say is you caught enough of a sight of something, and for a moment thought it was a creature or entity, but then kind of got enough of Roland's hat and cloak as he moved by from shadow to shadow to confirm that it was Roland in the bits that you saw. And I'll say as the two of you are approaching these sections, the Schalt, you, Mathis, and Grom are facing off against these creatures, and out of the corner of your eye, you see this blue light beginning to manifest and grow beside you. And you watch as this creature, this entity of broken flesh and long, stringy, tapestry-like fabric begins to apparate nearby you. And just with a screech, just... This faceless creature calls out, and everyone over the earring just hears, "Shit." And that is where we're going to close for tonight.
All right.
Oh.
Thank you so much
time
for
to
joining
think.
us. It's gonna be great. We will see you next time and see how this fight into the Barrows completes. Bye.